Developed by SNK Playmore and published by Capcom, this gem hit the Neo Geo MVS arcade cabinets and PlayStation 2 in the year 2003, and a year later released on the Xbox. Unlike previous Capcom vs SNK games which were developed by Capcom, we now get SNK vs Capcom, developed by SNK Playmore, resulting in a game playing and looking like an SNK game. SNK ditched their team battle format to follow the traditional round-based 1 vs 1 format. It's a classic verse fighting game with no online features, so you'll have to invite your friends over to play and watch their facial expressions on their faces while you batter them to death. On the title screen we have the standard option menus with the added survival mode and gallery mode, just in case you want to look at some juiciness. Story wise, there isn't much of a story here except for the worlds of SNK and Capcom clashing together. You know what I thought was really cool is before the match begins, the characters would talk to each other, and it really gives an idea of what kind of people these guys are and what they're really thinking. It's not really deep, but it's nice to have that text. Beat 'em ups are not solely about fighting, it's about character. Luckily the character roster is an impressive yet unusual one. You have 24 fighters to choose from, 12 from SNK, 12 from Capcom, plus the additional 6 hidden characters from both sides. You have to hold the shoulder button in order to unlock the hidden characters. You know, this game has amazing fan service for both SNK and Capcom veterans. This is due to the character roster. From Capcom we have Zero from Mega Man, Red Armara from the Ghost and Goblins, along with Dimitri from Darkstalkers. And the only original character in the game, Violent Ken. Maybe from the manga series, who knows. On the SNK side, Samurai Showdown addicts will be glad to see Kenjoro, the legendary Earthquake, also that alien dude from Metal Slug, along with the rarely seen but highly worshipped Siki. The gameplay is quick and very focused, gearing towards smart tactical players to dominate. There is no room for the random button mashing fiend here, like Marvel vs Capcom. The game has classic SNK controls, with 2 high and 2 low buttons. 1 taunt button just in case you want to laugh at your enemy's face. That's quite handy, I guess. Special moves are performed when your groove meter reaches 1, 2 or 3, with 3 gauge doing the most damage. Supers are performed like most 2D fighters around that era. The game lets you control the character with either the analog stick or the D-pad, but if you're like me you may want to pull out your stick and give it a little wiggle. SNK vs Capcom Chaos isn't as colourful as other Capcom fighting games. It goes for something that's more gritty. I honestly don't mind this. SNK have some amazing artists in their studios. I love the reimagining of some of the characters. Guile's hair has never looked so sharp. The music in the game isn't the best, I'll be honest, but I wouldn't say it's rubbish. One of the tracks stood out to me in the game, and it was quite catchy. But what really stood out to me is the sound effects. The sound effects in the game, boy I love it. It really makes a fight sound like a fight. You know, all the punches and kicks and all the screaming, I love it. And all the voices are in Japanese, so we don't really have a clue what they're saying, but it's in Japanese. It adds to the flavour, I guess, of the anime feel. A game like this isn't intended to be played alone, so bring over a friend. SNK and Capcom has high replay value and it feels timeless. It is a must-have if you're a true fighting game fan. You know, to perfectly execute moves and to be a tactical fighter you need to train. Competitive fighting games are a lot like the Olympics of the video game industry. It requires mastery. The more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. I would recommend this game to SNK fans. And if you're a Capcom fanboy and never played an SNK game before somehow, well, this is the perfect entry game for you. Anyways guys, as always, it's been a pleasure and I want to thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Peace.